I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the Special District Association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there's a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call at 970-677-4119 and leave a message. If you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Tuesday program for June 16th, 2020, DCTV Daily News. So people, if you didn't hear already, there is an open fire ban in Dolores County. Right now it's just for the west of the river. However, in the eastern portion of the county, with so much Forest Service and BLM land already having fire bans in place, consideration is now being made today to extend the ban countywide at this point of the dryness and potential for a fire to quickly spread. Northeast of Dove Creek yesterday, the Sharps Creek fire kept many agencies moving in high gear to get ahead of that fire. According to a Facebook post, the fire was located near Highway 491 and M Road, aka the Dump Road, and by early evening on June 15th, the fire was contained at approximately 4.72 acres, according to the Dolores County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. This is a photo from Chase Davis. The Dolores County Sheriff's Office said that they would like to thank the Dove Creek Fire Department, Pleasant View Fire Department, Egner Fire Department, BLM, Forest Service, DFPC, Dolores County Road and Bridge Department, CDOT staff, Dove Creek Ambulance, and the Dolores County Emergency Manager for their assistance with the Sharps Creek fire. We would also like to thank the Dolores County Commissioner's Office and the Dolores County Extension Office staff for making the yummy sandwiches for all emergency crew members on scene. We would also like to thank each of the deputies on scene for making notifications and assisting in any way they could. Thank you to everyone. Everyone was safe. No evacuations were needed. Though pre-evacuation orders had been initiated, no official release of how the fire started has been acquired, but it can be theorized that a lightning strike from last Saturday had kept a smolder in the canyon, and the wind gust then might have brought it to life. Other places, the Journal reported on the loading pen fire with photos Jimmy Miyaga. 50 firefighters with air support are fighting the loading pen fire, which is located 17 miles northeast of Dolores, the town, on the San Juan National Forest, and additional crews have been ordered. A local Type 3 incident management team assumed command on Sunday to fight the fire, which is burning on the steep flanks of Hay Camp Mesa above the Dolores River. By Monday evening, the fire had grown to 35 acres. The team, using a full suppression strategy on the fire, includes 2 interagency hotshot crews and an engine. Esther Godson, Public Information Officer for the San Juan National Forest, said also on Monday in a news release, helicopters and single-engine air tankers will continue to support fire suppression activities, she added. Brad Pietruska of the Dolores Ranger District, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, is the incident commander for the wildfire, and Tracy Milikovic is the incident commander trainee. Another 25 firefighters are expected to arrive today on Tuesday, bringing the total to 75. In neighboring Dolores County, again, the firefighters reported that they had controlled the less than 5-acre Sharps fire between Cajon and Dove Creek. Pre-evacuation orders for residents on County Road M to County Road 15 were lifted in the afternoon. The loading pen fire was reported on Saturday night and was started by lightning. It's burning off Colorado Highway 145 near Stoner between Taylor and Hay Camp Mesas on National Forest land. Firefighters are making good progress, said Pat Seekins, Fire Management Officer for the San Juan National Forest. Quote, "We are working on containment lines, and then we will be have additional aviation dropping retardant today to stop the spread," he said. "We are feeling optimistic." Type 1 and Type 2 helicopters dropped multiple loads of water and retardant on the fire on Sunday, Seekins said. Single-engine air tankers and a large air tanker were hitting it on Monday. A containment anchor point has been established on the northern edge of the fire near the bottom of the hillside. Hotshot crews are working in tandem, chopping in fire line uphill on the eastern and western flanks. The timber in there is very thick and the terrain is steep, Petruska said, fire line is slowly and safely progressing. The wildfire is burning in steep, rugged terrain in thick aspen conifer forest with dead snags. It's located on the north-facing slope of Haycamp Mesa, south of the Dolores River. It is also slowly moving eastward uphill and upriver. 50 firefighters are on the ground cutting hand and saw lines, including the San Juan Hotshots based in Durango and Tatanka Hotshots based in Custer, South Dakota. As of Monday afternoon, there was no reported containment percentage. Private property owners in the vicinity of the fire have been contacted. No structures are threatened at this time, and there are no evacuations or road closures. The bottom of the fire is about 400 feet above the valley floor, where there are some nearby cabins. Shed structures are located south of the fire on top of Haycamp Mesa. During the 2018 Burro Fire in Bear Creek Canyon, fire risk assessment plans for properties in the Dolores Valley were put in place and fuel reduction took place. Those plans have been pulled from the file and are providing useful information for firefighting efforts on this loading pen fire, Petruska said. The properties are very defensible thanks to those previous efforts, he said. Fire behavior is smoldering and creeping along the ground with isolated tree torching. Gusty winds that shift directions are a challenge, and high winds are expected to persist in the coming days. The loading pen fire is about 8 miles southwest of the 2018 Burro Fire burn scar. Aspen grows are helping to slow wildfire because they typically do not burn as readily as the pine and mixed conifer. But it has been so dry, the aspen trees are burning more readily than normal, officials said, creating additional firefighter hazard because they are prone to fall. Smoke from the fire may be visible on Colorado 145 as well as National Forest System's roads 556 and 558. Smoke also may be visible to surrounding communities for the duration of the fire. Smoke will settle in the Dolores River Valley, especially overnight. Roadside signs will be posted on Colorado 145 to alert travelers of smoke and firefighting personnel and equipment in the area. Weather conditions are ripe for wildfires. Red flag warnings are predicted through Tuesday night, tonight at 9, and possibly into tomorrow for gusty winds, low relative humidity, and dry fuels with little chance of precipitation. Red flag warnings are predicted again through Tuesday for gusty winds, low relative humidity, and dry fuels. The San Juan National Forest Service will continue to provide additional updates on the loading pen fire as needed depending on incident activity. Again, you can go online to InciWeb to find out more information on any and all incidents in our area. All offices of the San Juan National Forest are currently conducting business and providing services virtually. For any information you might want from the San Juan National Forest, you can call them at 970-247-4874. And now let's take a look at the dry local weather forecast. No precipitation is in for the next 5 days, and be careful of the air quality out there. It's very smoky for those of us with respiratory issues. So today, sunny again with a high near 83 degrees and breezy with a south-southwest wind, still 20 to 25 miles an hour, and those gusts could be as high as 40 miles an hour. Tonight, we're looking for clear skies and a low around 54 degrees and still breezy with a south wind 15 to 25 miles an hour and gusts as high as 35. Again, into Wednesday, sunny with a high near 81 degrees and breezy. South-southwest winds again 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts to 30 miles an hour. For Wednesday night, mostly clear again with a low around 47 degrees. Breezy and a southwest wind at 15 to 20 miles an hour shifts to the north, 5 to 10 miles an hour in the evening. Those winds gusts could be as high as 30 miles an hour, and the patterns shifting will be interesting and still remain into Thursday. Also sunny with a high near 78. The winds shifting out of the north 5 to 10 miles an hour become west and then back to southwest in the afternoon. So a little bit cooler overall for Thursday, with Thursday night mostly clear and a low around 49. Into Friday, mostly sunny and a high near 80 degrees. Friday night mostly clear and a low around 50. And the weekend is looking to be a nice first days of summer. Saturday sunny with a high near 84 degrees. Saturday night mostly clear with a low around 52. And for Father's Day on Sunday, sunny with a high near 86 degrees. Sunday night mostly clear and a low around 55. And now back to the news. So the other big news, other than the area fires, was another set of guidance issued by the state office in Colorado. The Journal and Colorado Sun report this. Governor Jared Polis on Monday announced that Colorado will further loosen restrictions on people's movement by the end of the week, allowing the reopening of bars and the resumption of outdoor events like concerts, fairs, rodeos, and receptions to some degree. The Democrat said that the changes, which will include strict guidelines and limitations aimed at reducing the possibility of coronavirus spreading, will go into effect on Thursday. The public will be able to offer input about the changes before they are implemented. Barbers will also be allowed to resume offering shaves and beard trimmings, and spas can offer facials and lip waxing by the end of the week. Additionally, Polis said conventions and other indoor gathering places like museums can resume operations by the end of the week with restrictions. Finally, Polis said that residential, also known as sleepaway or overnight camps, will be allowed to reopen. Even as Polis announced the easing of restrictions, he warned Coloradans that they can't let their guard down and must continue practicing social distancing and wear masks. Quote, "We are only just a few steps ahead of this virus here," he said. "We can't let the good news give us any false sense of security." Bars, which have been shut down since March because of the pandemic, will be allowed to operate at only 25% of their capacity, or up to 50 people, whichever amount is smaller. Residential summer camps will be limited to gathering 10 children indoors and 25 outside. Polis played down the latest relaxation of rules around Coloradans' movement as simply, quote, dotting the I's and crossing the T's for his statewide safer at home phase of coronavirus. But with the latest alterations, nearly every part of life as people in Colorado knew it will return in some, albeit limited, fashion. Quote, "We need to exercise personal responsibility," the governor said, explaining that he's very anxious about the possibility for a resurgence in cases as neighboring states like Arizona and Utah see increasing infections. Also on Monday, Polis unveiled what comes next for Colorado, likely in July after the stay-at-home phase expires. The governor is calling it the, quote, "protect our neighbors" phase, where counties with low levels of coronavirus transmission can apply to ease their restrictions to an even greater extent. Right now, areas of the state where coronavirus infections have slowed have been able to ask Polis's health officials for a variance to be more lenient. The governor says during the, quote, "protect our neighbors" phase, counties that can prove that they have the virus under control and have the capacity to quickly address an outbreak will be allowed to go even further. Quote, "I was proud that we were the first state to allow for local flexibility through the variance process, and that has been very successful in areas of the state with a low virus count," Polis said. They were among the first areas in the entire nation to reopen their restaurants and many of their local businesses. We now feel that we can take that further. Communities that qualify to the Protect Our Neighbors phase will be able to resume at all activities with caps on gatherings at 50% their normal capacity or up to 500 people, with adequate spacing, mask wearing, and sanitization. Counties that can show a sustained reduction in coronavirus cases may be allowed to have gatherings of even more than 50% of their normal capacity or 500 people. There might be some county fairs in Colorado, Polis said. Polis said that the state's coronavirus data is promising. There has been a decrease in coronavirus cases in 12 of the last 14 days. There has also been a downward trend in hospitalization for 8 of the last 14 days. More than 29,000 people in Colorado have tested positive for the coronavirus or are considered to have infections. Among people with allegedly confirmed cases of the virus, 1,605 have died. Of those, 1,373 have died allegedly as a result of the Project COVID-19. Dolores County remains at 0 confirmed cases. However, the clinic is holding free testing with results due back later this week. Thankfully, with no riots in our area, we still do see crimes happening. And as the summer heat increases, so can tensions and frustrations. The Durango Herald reported on an armed man who has been arrested on suspicion of leading law enforcement on a 50-mile chase over 2 mountain passes from Silverton to Hermosa, with speeds reaching 97 miles an hour. After eluding 2 sets of spike strips, Kyle Jean Gamel, age 30, was arrested north of Hermosa in La Plata County. The chase started about 7:12 p.m. on Friday in Silverton when San Juan County Sheriff Bruce Conrad tried to stop Gamel on suspicion of pushing a trash can into the 1300 block of Green Street, according to an arrest affidavit. A business owner said she had video of the incident and was following the suspect, who was in a black Dodge pickup truck, and was providing the suspect's location to law enforcement. Conrad first encountered the suspect driving a black Dodge pickup truck with Texas license plates on 13th Street in Silverton, but Gamel turned onto Empire Street and disregarded a stop sign to avoid Conrad in his patrol vehicle, according to the affidavit. Gamel continued to elude Conrad, going through several more stop signs. Traveling as fast as 45 miles an hour in town, he made his way out of town and he turned north on U.S. Highway 550. Gamble led Conrad north on 550 at speeds ranging from 10 miles an hour to 85 miles an hour before he stopped at milepost 76 in the middle of the lane. But as Conrad pulled up next to him to persuade him to discontinue the pursuit, Gamble sped in reverse and changed directions, now heading south on Highway 550. Undersheriff Steve Lawrence set up spike strips at milepost 73, but Gamble avoided them, and the pursuit continued south on Highway 550 with speeds topping out at 97 miles an hour. The chase traveled over Molas and Coalbank passes into La Plata County. A second set of spike strips was set up near milepost 35, just south of the Glacier Club, but Gamble also avoided those. Gamble eventually surrendered at milepost 32 after he was caught where troopers with the Colorado State Patrol and deputies with the La Plata County Sheriff's Office sat waiting, according to the affidavit. At the scene of the arrest, Gamble exited the pickup and obeyed officers' commands. A CSP trooper alerted other officers that Gamble was armed with a pistol holstered on his right hip. Lawrence disarmed Gamble, tossing the gun to the ground away from the suspect. Later, a search of the pickup discovered a short shotgun in the truck. Both weapons had magazines and rounds in their chambers. Gamble was arrested by Conrad on suspicion of vehicular eluding, reckless endangerment, and criminal mischief. Gamble's driver's license listed his hometown as Odessa, Texas, but Conrad said he told officers he's lived for the last 3 to 4 years in Grand Junction. Gamble was left in custody of the La Plata County Jail. So that new guidance has been released by the state offices for Colorado regarding the safety issues due to the potential spread of coronavirus and how that could impact or overrun our local hospitals. The draft guidance outlines for indoor and outdoor events as well as camps, summer camps, being hit hard as there's not much time to prepare, meaning a lot of cancellations and closures may still exist. The links can all be found online at covid19.colorado.gov. And as I mentioned earlier, they are looking for feedback input by Thursday. So if you are concerned for this or this affects you, please read and respond ASAP. The statement from the governor's office states, quote, "The Protect Our Neighbors phase is the next phase after stay at home and safer at home in the vast great outdoor phases. In order to enter Protect Our Neighbors, communities must qualify by meeting scientifically established thresholds to, quote, lower disease transmission levels, treat patients and handle the surge and need for intensive hospital care, and conduct testing and effective case investigation, contact tracing, and outbreak response. In the Protect Our Neighbors phase, we must continue to support and provide protections for those who are most at risk of severe outcomes from COVID-19, including people with underlying medical conditions, pregnant women, and those over the age of 65. The enforcement of any of these guidelines is a process of the local public health department, requesting a citation from the district attorney's office and then delivering it with the support of the county sheriff's office. Another threat of not following the guidance is a financial one. The website states, quote, counties that implement measures that are less restrictive than state orders without first obtaining a variance from CDPHE may be subject to having preparedness dollars withheld, end quote. As reported yesterday, DOLA is holding the CARES Act funding to reimburse counties and towns and cities for expenses related to the costs of their implementing the crisis pandemic status responses. Finally, we have a local happening for fun to report on. The State Line Bar and Grill will be holding a grand reopening to celebrate their being open once again with a surf and turf night on Saturday, with the live band Crossroads playing on the patio stage. Then on Sunday, June 21st, it's Father's Day, and there will be a Father's Day special available. You can call for reservations or just come on out. 2 delicious food specials on this weekend. Live music Saturday by the amazing Crossroads Band. If you are wanting a break from the camping, fishing, outdoor recreation, here's a local opportunity to kick up your heels or celebrate a father at the State Line Bar and Grill. And I post up High Canyon Country happenings and more on our Facebook page. That's DCTV Daily News, where you can also watch the program replay along with news, links, and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. Again, it's your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel or our DCTV Daily News page on Facebook. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Again, thank you for watching.